Chapter 7, Lessons 6 to 9, Strategies for Multiplying by Two Digits. Multiplying by multiples of tens strategy. Multiples of tens like 10, 20, 30, those numbers who have zeros. When we multiply by the multiples of tens, we just drop down zeros and use any strategy to find the product. For example, 20 by 30. To multiply, I will drop down the two zeros to the most right. Then I look at the remaining digits. 2 by 3 equals 6. So the answer will be 600. Example number B. I have here 70 by 90. So I drop down the two zeros to the most right also, and I will multiply 7 by 9, and it will equal 63. So the answer will be 6,300. Letter C. 60 by 80. I drop down the two zeros also, and I multiply the two digits. 6 by 8, and 6 by 8 equals 48. So the answer will be 4,800. In a movie theater, 300 persons were attending. If the ticket price is £35, what are the wells of the cinema? So here I'll repeat this 335 times. To get the answer, I will say the wells of the cinema equal. I multiply 300 by 35. Here I have two zeros, so I will drop down the two zeros to the most right, and I will multiply 35 by 3. I'll use here the standard algorithm. So I have 3 by 5 equal 15. I write 5 only, and I will carry up 1. Then I multiply 3 by 3 equal 9. 9 plus 1 equal 10. So the answer will be 105. So I write it beside the two zeros I wrote before. The answer will be 10,500 pounds. Area model strategy. Using area model strategy to multiply two-digit number by two-digit number means that I'll make use of the rule of area of rectangle, which equals length by width. So I consider one factor as the length and the other factor as the width of one rectangle. So if I have 23 by 17, 23 will be as the length of rectangle, and it will be splitted into 20 and 3. And 17, I consider it on the other side as the width, and I split it into 10 and 7. Now I'll try to get the area of each single small rectangle. I'll multiply up by side, the length by width for each rectangle. So the area of this rectangle is 20 by 10, and this rectangle is up by side 20 by 7, and the area of this small rectangle is 3 by 10, and the area of this rectangle also up by side, the length by width equal 3 by 7. Now I will sum all the products together. So 20 by 10 equal 200, 3 by 10 equal 30, 20 by 7 equal 140, and 3 by 7 equal 21. When I add them all together, the area of the big rectangle is 391, and this is the product of multiplying 23 by 17. Find the product using area model strategy. If I have 47 by 16, so I will write 27 on one side and 16 on the other side. I will split 47 into 40 and 7, and 16 will be split into 10 and 6. Now I will get the area of each single rectangle. So up by side, the area of this rectangle is 40 by 10, and the area of this rectangle is 7 by 10. And to get the area of this small rectangle, I multiply up by side length by width, so it will be 40 by 6. And here I'll say 7 by 6. Now I will add all the products together. 40 by 10 equal 400, and 7 by 10 equals 70. 40 by 6 equal 240, and 7 by 6 equal 42. I will add them together, so the product will be 752. Let's see another example. If I have 28 by 35, I will split 28 into 20 and 8 on one side, and the other side I write 35, and it will be split into 30 and 5. Let's get the area of each single rectangle. I will multiply up by side, the length by width. So here I'll say 20 by 30, and in this rectangle, up by side, 8 by 30. The area of this rectangle is 20 by 5, and here I'll say 8 by 5. Let's multiply them and add them all the products together. So 20 by 30 equals 600, 8 by 30 equals 240, 20 by 5 equals 100, and 8 by 5 equals 40. When I add them all together, the product will be 980. Second strategy to multiply two-digit number by two-digit number is called the partial product algorithm. This strategy has its own gravity to pick the zeros of each factor, so it will look, or it will consider the value of each digit in each factor. So for example, if I have 25 by 70, when you look at the value of each digit here, you will find that I have 5 in ones and 7 in ones place, and 2 in the tens place, and 1 in the tens place. To get the partial products, I will pick the values, or I will pick the zeros beside each digit. So to multiply, first I will draw my partial to get the partial product, and I will multiply 7 in the ones place by 5 in the ones place. So my partial sentence is 7 by 5, because the value of 7 is 7 and the value of 5 is 5. Now I multiply 7 in ones place by 2 in the tens place. So my partial sentence is 7 by 20. Now it's time to go to the other digit. I have here 1 in the tens place by 5 in the ones place. So I have to multiply 10 by 5, because the value of 1 is 10 and the value of 5 is 5. So it will be 10 by 5, and 1 in the tens place by 2 in the tens place, I have to get 20 by 10, or 10 by 20. Now it's time to get the partial products. 7 by 5 equal 35, and 7 by 20 equal 140, 10 by 5 equal 50, and 10 by 20 equal 200. Now I will add them all together to get the product. It will equal 425. So that in the partial product algorithm, remember, I will pick the zeros of each digit. Standard multiplication algorithm. This is a very common method to multiply two-digit number by two-digit number. For example, if I have 23 by 17, instead of I multiply the value of each digit by the other and get the partial products and then add them together, I consider myself multiplying 7 by 23 and get one number or one product here, and multiply 10 by 23 in another step and add them together. So to solve it in fewer steps, I will first keep attention only for the ones digit, which is 7, and I'll multiply 7 by 23. So first you have to keep away the digit 1 or the 10th digit and only look at the 1th digit. and I will multiply 23 by 7 using the very normal way in standard algorithm you learned it before. So I multiply 7 by 3 equal what? Equal 21. So I write only 1 because this house is very small. It can't contain more than 1 digit. So I write 1 only and I will carry up 2. Now I multiply 7 by 2. 7 by 2 equal 14. 14 plus 2, 15, 16. So I write here 16. I get 161. This is the product I get when I multiplied the 1th digit by the other factor. Now it's time to multiply the 10th digit by the other factor. So first you have to cross 7, cross carry up to get another product for the 10th digit. I have here 10, so keep attention only for 1 by 23, but this is not 1. 1 in the 10th place. It means I multiply 10 by 23. 10 by 23 means I'll drop 0 to the most right and I'll multiply 1 only by 23 and right beside the 0. To make it easier in pure steps, you have to put 0 under ones, and this is very important habit. You have cross the 1st digit and cross its carry up. Pay attention only for the 10th digit, but don't forget you have to put 0 under ones. Now it's time to multiply. 1 by 3 equals 3 and 1 by 2 equals 2. Now I get 230, and this is the product of multiplying the 10th digit by the other factor. Now I can add the two semi-products together. So 161 plus 230 equals 391, and this is the answer. This is called the actual product. Actual product means I multiply the actual factors by themselves and get actual product. What if I want to get the estimated product? Estimated product, I get it when I estimate or I round the two factors. So I round 23 and I round 17 to get the estimated product. 23 will be rounded to P20 and the 17 will be rounded to P20. So here I have 20 by 20. I drop down the two zeros and I multiply 2 by 2. It will equal 4. This is 400 and this is called estimated product. So you have to differentiate between the actual product when you multiply the actual values together, and the estimated product you get it when you estimate or you round the factors, and they are very near. A machine in a factory produces 64 cakes every day. How many cakes would it make in 25 days? It means that I will repeat 64 25 times. So which operation will you use? For sure multiplication. So I will multiply 64 by 25. This is 2-digit number by 2-digit number. I have many strategies to solve it. Let's try the first strategy, which is area model strategy. So 64 by 25 using area model strategy, you know that in area model I will put one factor on one side of my rectangle and the other factor on the other side, and I try to get the area of this rectangle. So 64 will be here on this side and it will be splatted into 60 and 4. 25 will be on the other side and it will be splatted into 20 and 5. Now let's get the area of each small rectangle. What is the area of rectangle? Length by width, up by side. So the area of this rectangle is 60 by 20. And to get the area of this rectangle, it will be 4 by 20. And here I will say up by side 60 by 5. And here 4 by 5. Now I will get all the products and add them all together. So 60 by 20, I'll drop down the two zeros. 6 by 2 equals 12, so it will equal 1200. 4 by 20, I'll drop down 0, and 4 by 2 equals 8. plus 60 by 5 equals 300, and 4 by 5 equals 20. So it will equal 20. I will add them all together and it will equal 1600. This is the first strategy. I can do with the same operation using partial products strategy. 64 by 25 using the partial products strategy. First, I draw my partial and get the partial products. You know that partial product strategy has its own gravity. It will pick zeros for each digit. So here I have 5 in the ones place by 4 in the ones place. So I have 4 by 5 or 5 by 4. And 5 in the ones place by 6 in the tens place. So 5 in the ones place is 5 and 6 in the tens place is 60. So I have 5 by 60. Now it's a turn for the second digit or the tenth digit, which is 2. 2 in the tenth place is 20 by 4 in the ones place is 4. So the partial product here for 20 by 4. And now I have 2 in the tenth place by 6 in the ones place, so it will be 20 by 60. Let's get the partial products here. 5 by 4 equals 20, 5 by 60 equals 300, 20 by 4 equals 80, and 20 by 60 equals 1200. Let's add them all together now. The product will be 1600. Let's try it using the standard multiplication algorithm. And this is a very common way. In the standard multiplication algorithm, you know that I will hide the 10th digit first, make a circle around it, don't look at it, just pay attention for the 1st digit. So here I'll multiply 5 by 4, it will equal 20. Write only 0 and carry up 2. 5 by 6 equals 30. 30 plus 2 equals 32. So this is the first product I get from multiplying the 1st digit. So cross 5, cross carry up, and put 0 under 1s. Don't forget, because this is the turn for multiplying 20 by 64. So I have to put 0 under 1s. Don't forget it. This is very important step. Now I'll multiply 2 by 4, it will equal 8, and 2 by 6, it will equal 12. Let's add the two products together. I have here 320 plus 1280. The answer will be 1600 also. This is, so I get the same product but using different ways. Thank you and goodbye.